830-332-6541. Or join us via the Love 101 FM app that can be downloaded from the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can also join us on Love 101 FM Facebook and YouTube Live. In the first watch today, are we on the verge of World War II or has it already begun? And in the second watch, a review of the November 22 by-elections. For our social media question, we ask, has World War II or III, begun? We ask you to share your responses on our Love 101 FM Facebook page and YouTube channel. And also on WhatsApp, 876-997-3125 using the hashtag #TheMorningWatch. We'll share your responses later on in the program, but before all of that, here's our quote.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, today's our quote says, "It is never too late to do the right thing."
Okay. Yeah. Profound. To the point. Yeah. Good morning, Jokal.
Good morning, good morning.
How are you enjoying the cooler temperature, my brother?
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it, love it.
Yeah. And I mean, a couple days now we have been having it in Jamaica. And of course, some people say it's Christmas breeze, but it looks like it's New Year breeze.
It could be New Year 2025 breeze. It just gets clear.
Yeah, I tell you. The first Saturday back after this break.
Yes.
Attention small and medium-sized businesses. Love 101, Jamaica's #1 gospel and family station, is bringing you Season Splendor, your chance to boost holiday sales and showcase your products to Jamaica.
Imagine your business promoted on Love 101 FM radio and social media, plus live on-air interview opportunities leading up to and during the event.
Visit love101.org or call us to register today.
Spaces are limited, so don't wait. Register now to secure your booth at Season Splendor.
Remember, visit love101.org to register, or just click the link in our Instagram bio. Let's make this season unforgettable.
And make this Christmas your most successful one yet.
Happy be a man, got to be a man. Don't miss the next episode of The Mailbox as we turn the spotlight on young men and marriage. The expectations about romantic relationships forming out of friendships may be a challenge in this era. Single people turn more to dating apps and various tools to meet other persons interested in a relationship that may instantaneously evaluate romantic prospects. Have single men in churches, offices, and social groups stop looking for romantic relationships that lead to marriage? You are invited to join the conversation with Brian Beadle and Darren Salmon on Wednesday, November 27 at 5:30 p.m. on the family station, Love 101. The Mailbox is brought to you by Solid PVC Pipes, manufactured in Jamaica by Fosterage Company Limited. That's Wednesday, November 27 at 5:30 p.m. only on the family station, Love 101. The Mailbox, Monday.
I wish I could reduce my electricity bills.
I wish I could live more sustainably.
Get a static bank mortgage from November 11, 2024 to January 31, 2025. And you could be a lucky winner in the Static Bank Mortgage Green Wish Promotion. There are 3 grand prizes of energy-saving appliances to be won. Get a Static Bank Mortgage and make your green wish come true. Visit staticco.com. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58B of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Every day I get bigger, every day I get better. I'm a star and I shimmer. Watch me grow, I'm a winner, yeah. Every step that I take, oh yeah. Feeling great cause I'm learning, yeah. I'm a star and I shimmer. Watch me grow, I'm a winner, yeah. La 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 la. Watch me grow with Alaska Plus.
Help support their mental development at this important stage with a unique combination of nutrients from Alacta Plus. This product is not intended to be a substitute for breast milk.
It's Hardware. All I want for Christmas is a customer appreciation Christmas sale. Friday and Saturday, November 29 and 30, and Sunday, December 1 to 15% off on electrical, household plumbing, and selected building material. Conditions apply. Live outside broadcast on Love 101. Call 876-458-4949 and 765-483-3050. Holtz Hardware. Fuller, Better and Penn, St. John's Road, Spanish Town. November 29, 30, and December 1.
Attention small and medium-sized businesses. Love 101, Jamaica's #1 gospel and family station, is bringing you Season Splendor, your chance to boost holiday sales and showcase your products to Jamaica.
Imagine your business promoted on Love 101 FM radio and social media, plus live on-air interview opportunities leading up to and during the event.
Visit love101.org or call us to register today.
Spaces are limited, so don't wait. Register now to secure your booth at Season Splendor.
Remember, visit love101.org to register, or just click the link in our Instagram bio. Let's make this season unforgettable.
And make this Christmas your most successful one yet.
On the next Campus Connection, we will turn the spotlight on parenting youth. The responsibility of parenting is said to be both a rewarding and challenging journey. The ability to have open, honest, and regular communication with young people will help to boost trust and encourages them to share their true thoughts and feelings. Join us with guest Mrs. Tisha Nelson Watson, SCSFU Field Region Officer, and Mrs. Karen Fraser Williams, Director of For the Child Foster Care, which falls under Family Life Ministries. And special interview with Miss Keitha Edmondson, Pastor and Public Health Inspector, who will be sharing about the Jalicia Grace Foundation on Tuesday, November 26th at 5:30 p.m. only on the Family Station, Love 101. Campus Connection is brought to you by Heart NSTA Trust. Skill is power. And TGI Fridays at TGIF. Every day is Friday. That's Campus Connection, Tuesday, November 26th at 5:30 p.m. only on the Family Station, Love 101.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. Now, amid the numerous territorial conflicts between Ukraine and Russia, as well as Israel and Gaza, a question being asked is, are we on the verge of World War III, or is this it? In that regard, what are the main issues and implications? Well, to answer these questions, we have joining us Major Robert Finzi Smith, security consultant, and Archbishop Kenneth Richards, Roman Catholic Archbishop for Kingston. Good morning to both.
Good morning.
Morning. Archbishop? Is Archbishop on? Okay. Major Finzi Smith with us?
I'm here. Can't you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Okay. Morning.
Okay. Morning.
Yes, we hope to be joined by Archbishop. He was on, now off. Let me begin with you, Major Finzi Smith. What, in your view, characterizes a world war?
It really means the amount of nations involved and how far-stretched it is geographically.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Major, we're listening.
As far as I'm concerned, it's sometimes the reaction to widespread conflict. By saying it is a world war, maybe stretching it a bit, but the effects of it can make it feel like.
Yes. Archbishop? Archbishop, are you on? Can you hear us, Archbishop?
I'm hearing you now.
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, I throw the same question to you. In your view, what characterizes a world war? In other words, how does it differ from other wars occurring in the world?
Well, according to the experts, the major thing would be that it could be a war fought against great powers, and our among great powers with advanced technology. Of course, we identify two other criteria for world war. One is conflict that takes place between multiple nations across the globe. Another is that battles are fought in different locations. I don't think the current situation has risen to the status of world war. I mean, it could escalate at any time. We see what happened this past week with the hypersonic bomb that was launched by Russia into Ukraine, and the threat from Putin that if the other allies of Ukraine provide technology, then we would take that as a threat against Russia, and that he would respond. And so yes, we have that conflict going on, and we have this, of course, the ongoing Palestinian-Israeli conflict, which are the major political, geographical conflicts that are taking place now. But there are other little things that are taking place. The civil war in Sudan, in Myanmar, in the Ethiopian conflict, the young conflict in Haiti, and on a smaller scale, but I think that is all the situations where there is inhumanity to man. The drug war in Mexico, that is at an alarming rate with respect to what is taking place as each of these countries juggle, and then the government trying to see how they can mitigate, this kind of characterization of this criminal activity in their nation. But we still have to hope for the best, hope that good sense will prevail, and that the United Nations, and because nobody can win if there's a world war. I mean, the most likely is with the conventional war, that is going to be high-tech, and that might open us to nuclear activity, and there's a kind of finality that will have, with respect to the impact that it will have on the particular nations, but even globally. There are few nations that will be spared. The extra things that said nations that are safer, like Australia and New Zealand, that are at the bottom of the globe, and Antarctica, if we have nuclear activity, it will be devastating for all of us.
Yes.
Affecting climate change, affecting world trade.
Archbishop, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Can we just hold that thought? We are up on a break. We'll be right back.
Sure.
Save on your PSA and pap smear tests with your NHF card. Get $1,600 off your PSA test and $1,300 off your pap smear test. Apply for the NHF card today. The time by the National Health Fund is
7:15. This is a public announcement from Flow. Starting January 1, 2025, Flow will fully transition to electronic billing, offering customers a faster, more convenient way to manage their accounts. This move is part of Flow's commitment to enhancing customer experience. To ensure you receive your e-bill by email, update your information today via WhatsApp at 876-620-2200. You can also access your bill anytime through the MyFlow Self-Care app. For questions, our customer service team is ready to assist via WhatsApp at 876-620-2200. That was a public service announcement from Flow.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint, and this is the first watch we are asking. Are we on the verge of World War III, or has it already begun? In so doing, we have online Archbishop Kenneth Richards and Major Robert Finzi Smith. I believe before the break, Archbishop, you were expressing concerns, the possibility of a nuclear threat if we're not careful.
Okay, you see, and I suppose it's got to escalate between the major players, United States, Russia, China, Iran. If they got to escalate, then you know that there's a threat that they could move beyond the conventional wars that nations will fight, back in World War One and Two, to nuclear and high tech activity that would be devastating to just humanity in general, and of course the environment, climate change, etc. So we would hope that good sense would continue to prevail, that when the United Nations and the negotiation and advocacy that takes place, that will keep things within the control that will prevent that kind of escalation.
Yes. Major Finzi Smith, what are your concerns in regards to what's going on now in the Middle East and Ukraine vis-a-vis Russia? Major Finzi Smith?
Hello?
Okay. Yes, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, Major. What are your concerns in regards to what's going on in the Middle East and
So,
Russia vis-a-vis
to
Ukraine?
the major players who are going to ally themselves to Russia and who will ally themselves to the United States, or where the United States might feel that it is duty bound to step in. And the final solution, as some people call it, somebody launching a nuclear retaliation or an attack. Once either the United States or Russia start to utilize weapons of mass destruction, you really can't escape a world war, because you have pacts that people will have to get involved one way or the other by volunteering or finding themselves a target on somebody's tactical map. Now, look at Ukraine, for instance. Ukraine is basically the food basket of Europe.
Yeah.
Most people don't realize, the percentages of food that are produced by Ukraine.
Especially wheat.
Exactly. Then now you find yourself wondering, when someone launches an attack of a nuclear type, there's no turning back from that. So someone is going to launch it, someone will counter strike, and they're going to keep going until the last bomb. Let us say you're not even involved. The radiation that comes from such an attack, especially in the midst of what they now call climate change, the effects are far-reaching. You can make certain places uninhabitable, which is, I believe, has kept people from pressing buttons. But let's say wars and rumors of wars. This thing in the Middle East, where Arabs have almost always wanted to remove Israel from the equation, and Israel doesn't really intend to be moved. We're just a step away from the wrong person pressing the wrong button.
By that, are you saying that you believe we're on the verge of World War III?
We have been on the verge of it for a couple of years, not just because of the nations themselves, but the leaders who might feel duty bound to make a point. Iran launched an attack against Israel the other day that you would normally have said, here we go.
Yeah.
And Israel is not known for restraint when it comes to retaliation.
Yeah. So we could be having is it possible to be having 2 world wars at the same time?
Again, the definition of a world war is almost everybody involved. Everybody could almost play almost a Switzerland type situation and say, I'm not in it, have yourself the ball. But the effects of it going on between these two people is far, far reaching. Think, for instance, where is China in all of this? North Korea might figure it is the opportune moment.
Well, they sent some soldiers down to assist Russia, I gather, in recent times.
There you go. And it's just a matter now of how far this is allowed to escalate.
Archbishop, how could a World War III negatively affect Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean in real terms?
Well, food supply chains, but we depend on trade, for existence. So, I mean, we might not receive a hypersonic bomb, but we definitely receive a hypersonic disruption in terms of the impact with respect to that which will cause our nation to survive. Food sustainability will be a great challenge. And then the inflation, and then I think prices rise, etc., and lack of access, then we will be affected. Almost grievously in the scheme of things. So even though we might not be in the war, and then we don't know in terms of if Russia and China decide to launch an attack on the United States. That the United States has the defense mechanism, but we don't know how effective that would be, and if there's been a spillover that might affect us there in the Caribbean.
Side effect.
But I think that in terms of the hyperinflation, and that's the fact that in terms of food sustainability, energy, oil, access, and even naturalist access, that would affect us. That's a bit. And then in general, there's a nuclear attack, as major business that mentioned, the fallout, is going to be far reaching. And so, as it war, nobody wins, and humanity is going to suffer. And I think that I believe that the world leaders are conscious of it because they recognize that they are going to be affected also. And so let us pray that good sense will prevail, that do not allow to escalate to that level where they venture into using nuclear and high tech, because we're talking about only nuclear, but there's biology in terms of what can be used with respect to what they call it, the threat that was at surface during the Iraq war with respect to
biochemical stuff.
Bio warfare, right? Yes,
right.
And so that would have a far-reaching effect, especially in the Caribbean and small island states.
Yeah.
And so, but they cut off from food supplies and energy, in terms of energy supply and the high cost that would be associated with all of this, and lack of access.
Yeah. Well, Major Finley Smith, in light of all that was said a while ago, especially by Archbishop, what could or should we be doing with this growing possibility of World War III? Can we do anything?
Depends on how religious you are. Some people would say pray.
Yes.
And
First and foremost.
There's this very old, unfortunate joke of a plane on the verge of crashing, and the instructions come from the pilot that says you are to put your head down between your legs and put your hand over your head and kiss your rear goodbye.
Kiss what?
And kiss your rear goodbye.
Whatever that means.
No, but they're saying essentially no amount of prayer, depending on how much faith you have in a deity, will help. Let me show you the unfortunate balance, as we don't say. North Korea is led by someone with whom being stable is not necessarily accurate. China has been very calculating through, so they haven't really started a war as such. They have just taken over your economy. A lot of people are very dependent on things from China. Russia is seemingly isolated, not only geographically, but in terms of stuff like oil and energy. America has started a number of wars over oil and energy. And the Arabs, who have a very religious outlook on life, have their fingers not on the buttons of nuclear weapons, but on the oil that will make other things run. So, in the middle of all of this, America has elected Donald Trump. I'm not certain there's anyone in that continent that you would trust any less to have their finger on the nuclear button. And is likely to say something without thought that could trigger something. So the voice of reason is very faint in the distance.
Gentlemen, we have to leave it there. It sounds bleak to me, but God is still God and He's in control. Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. Have a safe day. Listeners, the Morning Watch will return in just a moment.
Get the best holiday shopping deals this festive season at the J Mall. November 29 to December 1 at the parking lot of J Bank Halfway Tree. The time on Jamaica National Group is
7:30.
Ready up for H&L Rapid True Value biggest Black Friday ever. November 29th to December 1st. Don't miss Friday Doorbusters. 7:30 a.m. to noon. Buy one, get one free on all Easy Gear and Painted Select Paints. And more jaw droppers. Conditions apply.
Attention small and medium-sized businesses. Love 101, Jamaica's #1 gospel and family station, is bringing you Season Splendor, your chance to boost holiday sales and showcase your products to Jamaica.
Imagine your business promoted on Love 101 FM radio and social media, plus live on-air interview opportunities leading up to and during the event.
Visit love101.org or call us to register today.
Spaces are limited, so don't wait. Register now to secure your booth at Season Splendor.
Remember, visit love101.org to register or just click the link in our Instagram bio. Let's make this season unforgettable.
And make this Christmas your most successful one yet.
Black Friday Mega Madness, Black Friday Mega Madness, Black Friday Mega Madness. Get ready to make up for our biggest sale of the year. This one is massive. It's the Black Friday Mega Madness weekend. One things, every single item in store, 30 to 70% off this Friday only. And catch the Saturday specials too. Sale is on at Woman Things, Boardwalk Road and Compton Spring Road. It's a Madness weekend.
Mama work hard, for real. To do the most, we send me and my brother go school. So, the dream was always to go to university. Well, I fulfilled 2 dreams with 1 Jane Bank savings plan, you know. Further my education, and I make mama proud.
Stop wishing you could. With your Jane Bank savings, you absolutely can. Jane Bank will help you find a way.
You need friends. You like dwell can hang out. It's a community event from come together. It's a chill vibe, so we play games and you know, so we eat food belly full. You know, so we are players so we can show up. The taste of victory. Backyard barbecue, ice school, Coca-Cola.
Every Thursday morning, Love 101 shares with you power-packed messages, words of encouragement, and testimonies of God's miraculous power. You get all of that in the Don't Give Up broadcast, brought to you by Celebration Church at the Portmore Skating Rink in the Portmore Mall with Pastor Prophet Michael Carter. Be sure to stay tuned to Love 101 for the Don't Give Up broadcast. Get the word you need to start your day right. The Don't Give Up broadcast, Thursdays at 5:15 a.m. on the family station, Love 101.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. Let's now look at the newspapers to see what Jamaicans and others are saying and doing. In the Gleaner, average 140 women and girls killed per day by partner or relative in 2023, so says the UN. Also in the Gleaner, straight giveaway. Electricity tax cut won't benefit average user, but the more affluent, claims expert. Davis White also critiques the $20,000 give back. In the Observer, multi-million-dollar art heist. Barrington Watson paintings among works stolen from his family. And also in the Observer, no thanks. Some Ocherios craft traders rebuff PM's fee waiver. Those are some of the major stories in our newspapers. Coming up next, we'll read some of the feedback from our social media question. Has World War III begun? We're asking you to leave a comment on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, Love 101 FM Jamaica, or WhatsApp 876-997-3125. We'll be right back.
J&B Bank Small Business Loan. Helping you succeed is our business. Tell us your business and let's help you start it, grow it, or boost it. Borrow as low as $10,000 to up to 100 million Jamaican dollars. Enjoy flexible payment terms and affordable rates. Apply now. WhatsApp 876-295-1298. J&B Bank. We help you find a way.
Popcorn? Check. Christmas movie list? Check. Space to hang your free Samsung Smart TV? Check. Explode's massive Black Friday Yard and Road sale. Everyone who signs up for Flow Yard and Road online for only $5,300 plus GCT gets a free Samsung Smart TV plus a chance to win $1 million cash. This offer is only valid for Flow Yard and Road online signups between November 25 and November 30. Visit discoverflow.co to sign up today. Conditions apply.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Attention small and medium-sized businesses. Love 101, Jamaica's #1 gospel and family station, is bringing you Season Splendor, your chance to boost holiday sales and showcase your products to Jamaica.
Imagine your business promoted on Love 101 FM radio and social media, plus live on-air interview opportunities leading up to and during the event. Visit love101.org or call us to register today.
Spaces are limited, so don't wait. Register now to secure your booth at Season Splendor.
Remember, visit love101.org to register, or just click the link in our Instagram by Let's Make This Season Unforgettable.
And make this Christmas your most successful one yet.
On the next Campus Connection, we will turn the spotlight on parenting youth. The responsibility of parenting is said to be both a rewarding and challenging journey. The ability to have open, honest, and regular communication with young people will help to boost trust and encourages them to share their true thoughts and feelings. Join us with guest Mrs. Tisha Nelson Watson, SCSFU Field Region Officer, and Mrs. Karen Fraser Williams, Director of For the Child Foster Care, which falls under Family Life Ministries, and special interview with Miss Keitha Edmondson, Pastor and Public Health Inspector, who will be sharing about the Jalicia Grace Foundation on Tuesday, November 26th at 5:30 p.m. only on the Family Station, Love 101. Campus Connection is brought to you by Heart NSTA Trust. Skill is power. And TGI Fridays at TGIF. Every day is Friday. That's Campus Connection, Tuesday, November 26th at 5:30 p.m. only on the Family Station. Love 101.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint, as we segue into the second watch. 8 candidates reportedly contested in the November 22 by-elections in the constituencies of Trelawney Southern and St. Andrew Northwestern, as well as the local government divisions of Morant Bay in St. Thomas and Annan Town in Clarendon. Now, for the record, JLP won the 2 constituencies and the PNP won the 2 divisions. And so, to share their views on last week's elections and the results, we have online Pastor Percival Palmer, pastor of the Fellowship Tabernacle in Kingston, and Kevin O'Brien Chang, social commentator. Good morning to you both.
Hi, morning, everyone.
Yes, morning. Good to have you both. Sorry. What are your opening thoughts re the elections last week, Friday? Beginning with you, Kevin O'Brien Chan.
Well, in a way, both parties would have been happy and not happy. Um, no doubt the JLP would have liked to win the two by-elections, the two parish council elections, and it's the PNP won both. So the PNP will be happy with that. JLP disappointed, but also these are two PNP strongholds, and the JLP closed the gap significantly. So I guess he said the JLP would have been sad they didn't win, but happy they closed the gap, and the PNP would have been happy that they won, but not so happy that the JLP closed the gap. So I think it's both sides are it's a glass half full for both sides.
Pastor Palmer, your opening thoughts?
I do believe it went as was expected. We talk about closing the gap. What I found interesting, and I went back to the JP would have won those two constituencies, which I say seats for them. Toronto South and the seat that Niger Clark used to be in. That was a given. In terms of the last election, and I looked at the figures in terms of what EOG has said, I think what was interesting to me, and I just looked at it, in Morant Bay, where Mr. Brand died in February this year, it was 1,879 in terms of what he polled. In this election, Mr. Shaw polled 2,096 votes, and then Mr. Walker had gone against Mr. Bryan, had 1,456. And in this one, Mr. Bowie won and 79. So what happened in that election in March, the voter turnout went up. I think probably because a lot was at stake here. It moved from 30.42 to 37.29 based on the figures. In Inland Town, which was a surprise in February when Mr. Lady passed, had surprised Mr. Doss who came back. But what has happened too in greater than the polling numbers have gone up in terms of the votes that they have received. And interestingly, in Inland Town, the voter turnout moved from 39.84% to 46.93. There's a lot of, I think, money that was spent because people are seeking to score political points at this point in time. And the JP really have wanted it because look at what's happening in the polls. They're not doing very well in terms of what is out there. So I guess everybody is waiting for the general to happen. But again, as we said earlier, this parochial election in February 2026, some people have put it as a referendum in terms of what was happening. And so here we are, but it's still waiting on the big one.
Kevin O'Brien Chang, you mentioned about the closing of the gap in regards to the parish councils. What accounts for that, would you say? And well, we're up on the break, Kevin. So hold that thought. We'll be right back for your answer.
Here is your opportunity to connect with someone who will listen, pray, and give guidance. It's the Ministry of Counseling and Prayer of the Edgewater Baptist Church. Please call 876-220-6474 or 876-332-7956. Weekdays between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Please talk to someone if you're finding it particularly challenging to cope during this period of crisis. Someone is waiting for your call. Please reach out today, 876-220-6474 or 876-332-7956. It's the telephone counseling and prayer ministry of the Edgewater Baptist Church. A reminder that somebody cares. Endorsed by Love 101.
When I come to the end of myself, carry me.
The festival is having the biggest show of the year for 2 days only. November 29th and 30th, up to 50% off next Black Friday. Double deal, offering 30% off selected items until December 2nd. Follow Mashko on all socials at Mashko Jamaica for more information. Mark your calendar and subscribe to Mashko YouTube channel for the biggest sale of the year. Mashko, the store that gives you more.
Once upon a time, there's a girl named Kay. She loved to dance and play. One day at school, she got very ill, and Mom was left with an unbearable bill. It would be easier if Mom was prepared. With School Companion, 80% of the bill is cleared. Medical care for children is a must. For as low as $2,540 per month, make unbearable medical bills go away. Sign up for Surgical School Companion today. Conditions apply.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. In this, the second watch, we're having a review of the November 22 by-election that was just last week, Friday. And in so doing, we have online Mr. O'Brien Chang and Pastor Palmer. Before the break, O'Brien Chang, I was asking you what you think accounts for the results in the closing of the gap, especially in the parish council elections.
Well, who knows? I'm sure both parties put a lot of resources into it. They both really wanted to win. So, as I said, it's you can interpret things in different ways. As I said, I would presume both parties put as many resources as they had into it. So I think we'd have cancelled it out. According to Don Anderson polls, the PNP had gone up in the ratings since February. But you know, polls are one thing and actual voting is another. So if you look at the hard facts, it would seem that maybe the JLP has managed to win back some support it had been losing. And my personal view is, and as I said, it's hard. You're kind of reading tea leaves. Is that right now both parties are pretty even in the standings? That would be my interpretation. Yeah, neck and neck. I think so. If you look at the overall, analyze the figures from the election, if you combine Anon Town and Morant Bay, normally the PNP would be ahead when you combine the votes, right? And the JP managed to close that gap from what a normal advantage of the PNP is. And you look at it, the PNP might have like a 0.5% advantage overall, which is, you know, pretty much a dead heat. So I think both parties right now are pretty much even. The general election is a year away, they say. And there's a famous saying that a week is a long time in politics. And if that's the case, then a year is an eternity. So I think neither party can, they both figure they will have a good chance. And if you look at the conventions, both of them had, you know, both pretty good turnouts and excitement and all that. I think it's anyone's to lose or anyone's to win. That's my interpretation.
Could it be, Kevin O'Brien Chang, that the nature of the candidates themselves had a lot to do with it, and also how much money was pumped into it from each political party?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm not there, and I wasn't heard that the lady that won for the JLP in February was exceptionally popular. So it was a kind of not a normal win for her, and the one that died. So she was seen as somebody and exceptionally popular. But the other two, I don't know. I didn't hear anything like that. And that is the money, we don't know. But I would have thought that both parties pumped as much as they had in there. Both really wanted to win. Yeah, so I think that factor probably canceled itself out. But as I said, we're reading tea leaves. We can't be sure.
Yes. Pastor Palmer, what about the election day itself in terms of the voter turnout generally, the work of the EOJ, and whether it was peaceful or not in the main? What are your thoughts on that?
I'd say it was peaceful in the main, as I pointed out, the turnout, because if you look in the polling division that are there, if you look at what happened in Moran, they have about 10,000 electors potential there, and 32% of those people turn out. And in Aman Town, there are 6,000 people potential. I'm just pulling what was there. So it was a good turnout because, as it was high stakes on both sides. If the PNP lost both of those, it would say, well, something is happening on the ground. And the jail could say, yeah, man, we want that to be on the ground. Because we hear a lot of evaluation happening in terms of candidates and the whole thing of people being disenfranchised. So the people went out and I think they played the base. I don't know if a lot of independents were there in regards to what happened. But everybody's waiting for
the general
election.
Next year.
That next year. That's what when we're talking to people, they can't wait because if people are late, so people never had a voter's ID have gone and have registered and so on. And you know that is what is a sure sign of what is to come. Whether people say, well, we're tired or we want something different, or people are saying, we're going to give you one more. So, because everybody is making their case, you know.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens. But I will just say to people, and as a pastor, so the people, what you need to do really is look at the issues. But that is kind of difficult in Jamaica. People are lying, but I feel for
not only here, across the world. Gentlemen, it would be remiss of me to not ask for your thoughts, really. PNP and JLP conferences that were held in September and last Sunday, respectively. Beginning with you, Kevin O'Brien.
I think they're both had pretty good conferences. I would say they're comparable. They got good crowds and the speeches are good. There's a big difference in tone, though. For whatever it is, for good or bad, the PNP was much more a kind of a raw meat, attacking the JLP, had Vibes Cartel, they had Curry, kind of a outlaw kind of feel sometimes, right? Yeah, well, you bring Cartel. I mean, whatever Mr. Cartel is about him, he is a convicted murderer. Mr. Buchanan is a convicted drug dealer. I mean, redemption is always possible in life, so not condemning the gentleman, but those are the realities. Okay. The JLP was far more sober, more gospel music, and there's even Papa, they all were singing gospel and holding hands and all that. So you got the kind of a two cultures, and Jamaica is two cultures. Let's face it. I always ask people, which is more popular, dancehall or gospel? You get different dancers, right? But dancehall is as explicit as any music on the planet. And gospel music, of course, is very, holy and conservative. And both are massively popular. So Jamaica is not a monoculture, it's a dual culture. And you actually kind of seen it in our parties, in the political parties. Now, as I said, the people must know which one they prefer overall.
Right.
I've always said I'm only one voice. I don't try to say my opinions whole much. I try to look at what the reality is out there. So you're kind of seeing it.
So who are the upper hand? JLP conference or PNP conference, would you say, Kevin?
Which one?
JLP conference or PNP conference, which one had the upper hand, would you say? From
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Which is more popular in Jamaica, dancehall or gospel? I'm asking, which one is more popular, dancehall or gospel?
Just the dancehall, just the other parts of the conference. Planning, execution,
No, when the boat seemed to be well planned and the boat gave good speeches, both leaders gave good speeches. So I personally think they're pretty much equal if you want to look at enthusiasm and speeches and all that. The difference I found was a tone. There's a definite difference in tone, which the Jamaica would prefer. It's not for me to say it. When they vote, we'll see.
Interesting. Pastor Palmer, your thoughts on that?
Well, when those conferences are happening, where I'm at, listen, I'm in church, and you only get the feedback in regards to what people are saying. It was well executed. I think that in terms of one side have more money than the other, that's just a reality. And you see it in terms of what they spend.
Which side are you talking, Pastor? Which side has more money than the other?
You tell me.
No, man, you made the point, you know. You made the statement.
No, but I'm saying state when you have state resources, you have more money.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. When you are in power, you have more money than the other person trying to get power.
Okay.
That is why you continue to have this fight over the who wants to be in power. And what is lost in that is I think Jamaica loses because it is not Jamaica first. Who can get power and then what I do with my friends and so on. It happens on both sides. So that's another one we can talk about. But as you said, based on what people said, was well executed. The diet came out. I think there may have been distraction in terms of Vice Carter being there, which was there. You get the feel, and we talk about gospel. You for Kevin, you have dancehall. You have dancehall gospel music too. I don't know if you recognize that. So I don't know. He said more so, but because when you are in opposition, you have to highlight what the other person is not doing, and the JP did that. So let us forget that, you know. So I don't know in terms of tone, because if I want to get it, then I'm going to highlight everything that is wrong with you and say you're not that more. Whereas if you're in power, you're trying to say, okay, we have it, you have to come get this from us. So I think those are some of the things that continue to play. But at the end of it, for both political parties, I would say to them, in what you're doing, remember, it is Jamaica first, the people of Jamaica first.
As you mentioned that, Pastor Palmer, one of the highlights of the recent conference with JLP was the Prime Minister's speech, and some people regard it as goodies being issued out in terms of the electricity and everything. What's your thought on that?
You always have that at conferences. The question is, as some people saying, some of these things that will happen until we get the president next year. And unfortunately for me, I've been lived in Jamaica and gone through all the political cycles from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and so on. We make a lot of promises, but the end result is that the Jamaican people don't really benefit in the end.
All right, thanks, Pastor. Let me just bring Kevin O'Brien for his final thought in 20 seconds.
I think we have a good close election coming up, and it's for the best party to show which one they think the party can win the confidence of the people that we will make your life better. That's always the big question. Who will make the quality of my life better? And that's the question both parties have to answer. Who answers best will win.
Thank you so very much, gentlemen, for joining us. Have a safe and productive day.
All the best, everybody.
Yeah, man. Thank you, listeners, for being with us. Join us again tomorrow as we continue to set the stage for a discussion of topical and controversial issues. For information on how to get copies of this program, call our production department at 876-968-959627. This has been the Morning Watch. Thanks to our producer, Kathy Gale, and our guest, I'm Dylan Toussaint, giving a shout out to the pastor and members of the Twickenham Park Open Bible Church as we return to Love in the Morning.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness works to ensure the provision of quality health services and promotes healthy lifestyles and environmental practices for all Jamaicans. The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is
8 a.m.